Good morning. Thank you for joining us today on our first December episode of Yoga for Kids and Their Adults. My name is Tony. I am back here at Meet Time LLC. We are a massage and yoga studio here in Troy, Alabama. This program is sponsored by the Charles Henderson Child Health Center. They are a pediatric physician and dental office that takes care of kids from birth to age 19. They do help fund this through a grant from the Children's Trust Fund, which helps to prevent domestic violence and child abuse and neglect. So thank you very much for all of your support. Today, since we're kind of in the chillier weather, I thought it would be fun to have a yoga routine you could do at school with your cold weather gear. So if you have your hat or your scarf or even a jacket, we're going to be using those in our routine today. So if you need a moment to kind of clear your space, go ahead and stand up in a place that's comfortable for you, and we'll begin. So, if you are ready, let's go ahead and start by getting into mountain pose. All right, to get into mountain pose, what I want you to do is put your feet directly under your hips, lift your toes up, spread them wide as you can, push them down into the ground or into your shoes if you're wearing them, and pull your toes back to you. It's kind of like you're grasping at the floor. Imagine if in your head that you are hanging from the ceiling and your toes are what's holding you to the ceiling. So you're going to grasp the ground with your feet. Make sure your feet are both pointing straight ahead. Okay, so we are going to disassemble our winter gear. So go ahead and put your jacket on and your scarf on and your hat on, and we're going to be taking these off and then settling down into a nice breath exercise and meditation. So we're going to start off our mountain pose feet. Our hips are directly over our knees. Our knees are over the arch in our foot, not over the heel. So it kind of makes it so that you have to bend your knees. Now your hips are directly under your shoulders. Stand up tall as you can. Head, chin's level with the ground. Eyes looking straight ahead. Your hands are facing your body and your shoulders are relaxed and down. Let's start off with a couple of nice deep breaths. Inhale and exhale. Let's do two more. Inhale. Breathe all the way down into your belly and exhale. One more time. Inhale and exhale. Now let's tie our movement to our breath. We're going to inhale, bring our hands up high overhead. Keep standing tall. Exhale, bring your hands down. Inhale, bring your hands up overhead. Exhale, bring your hands down. One more time. Inhale, bring your hands up overhead. Really, really reach for the ceiling. And exhale and let them just float down to your sides. Now, here's where your winter gear comes in. So we're going to reach up overhead with a nice little inhale. Lean to your left. And then up as tall as you can and lean to the right. It's kind of like the wind's blowing you and you're a tree. Up overhead. One more time, both sides. Lean to the left. Push your hips out so you're really bending as a tree here. Up overhead and then over to the right. Really, really lean. Push your hips out to the side so you're really making a nice C with your body. And then inhale, bring your arms up overhead. Exhale, bring your hands down and behind your back this time. See if you can clasp your hands behind your back. All right. Now, with your hands clasped behind your back, and you're still in your mountain pose here, see if you can inhale, stand up as tall as you can. Exhale, bend forward, bring your head towards the ground. Now your scarf might be dangling or or resting on the ground, and that's fine. Go ahead, one more breath. Bend your knees. Inhale, stand up as tall as you can. Bring your hands up overhead, and as you do, grasp one of your sleeves. And as you bring your hands down, slide your arm out of your coat. With your hands down like this, go ahead and grasp the other sleeve. Breathe in. Bring your hands up out of your jacket. Exhale, bring your hands down to your side. Now, why did I have you do this? Well, now you have a tool. So go ahead and bring your jacket behind you. Hold on to your sleeves, okay? Bring your hands down to your side. We're going to try that breathing up and down with our jacket in our hands. And we're going to modify it so you can really get the use out of your jacket. So breathe in, stretch up overhead. Breathe out, bring your hands down to your side, okay? Breathe in, bring your hands up overhead. You see what I'm talking about? Breathe out, bring your hands to your side. This time, we're going to breathe in, bring our hands up overhead, and instead of bringing our hands down, we're going to reach over to the left. Again, we're big trees blowing in the breeze. Inhale, up overhead. Exhale, down to the right. Again, you're blowing and bending in the breeze. Breathe in, up overhead, and this time, bring your hands down, level with the ground. All right? So you're going to breathe in, stretch your spine tall, and as you breathe out, twist to your left. Just as far as your body's willing to go. If you're not able to twist as far, that's perfectly okay. If you need a little bit more challenge, turn your head to look over your back shoulder. All right, one more breath, and then you're going to breathe in, bring your spine tall, exhale, spin to the front, and this is the end of that twist. Let's do it for the other side, okay? So nice deep breath in, stretch your spine tall. Exhale, twist around to the side. Wonderful. Only go as far as your body's wanting you to go. All right, one more breath. And then breathe in, up tall. Exhale, turn around to the front. Now, drop your arms to the side. And what I want you to do, go ahead and put both sleeves in your right hand and grasp the collar of your coat. Now, bring it behind you, bring your arms up overhead, and we're going to use this as a nice little pull string. If you were in a yoga class, this might be like a belt or a towel, but it's going to help with the space. So you're going to breathe in, be as tall as you can. Breathe out and pull your left arm down so it pulls your right arm alongside. You get a nice shoulder stretch here. One more breath. And then as you breathe in, bring your hands up overhead. Breathe out, bring your hands down to the side, the other side. See, nice shoulder stretch on the underside of the shoulder. One more breath. And then breathe in, bring your hands up overhead. And then we're going to fold forward with our hands on our jacket. So exhale, fold forward. Your jacket's going to fall in front of you, and you're just going to set it down. We're done with our coats. One more breath. Bend your knees. Inhale, bring your hands up overhead. Exhale, put your hands on your head. What do you have there? You've got a hat. That's a wonderful tool as well. Let's go ahead, breathe in, pull it up off of our head. Shake your hair out if you need to. Breathe out with your hat in one hand. Bring your hands down to your side. So we are going to try to bring our hands together for a few poses. Are you ready? So we're going to kind of clasp our hands, holding our hat in front, kind of like prayer pose, but with a hat in there. All right, so we're going to bring our hands to the front in our little prayer. We're going to shift our weight over to the left foot. See how I'm standing on my left foot? Give it a try. And once all of your weight's there, you can lift your right foot and turn your knee out to put the bottom of your right foot on the inside of your left leg. Now, this might be a little challenging for some folks. And so this is as far as you need to go. Now, if putting your foot against your leg is too much, just kind of hang it out to the side, okay? If you need a little bit more challenge, bring your hat all the way up overhead, and you are standing as tall as a tree. This is our tree pose, and it's billowing and bending in the breeze. Again, if you're a little uneasy, it's okay. Just pick a spot to look at in front of you or on the floor, and it'll help with your balance. One more breath, and then we're going to bring our hands back to heart center and bring our right foot back down to the ground. Go ahead and shake your foot, shake your feet, shake your legs out. That was a lot of balancing and bending, wasn't it? All right, so come back to your mountain pose with your hat in your hands. Shift your weight over to the right foot this time. Hands still in prayer with your hat. When you're ready, see if you can lift that left foot. Now, if this is as far as you go, that's fine. If you need a little bit more challenge, go ahead and bend your knee out. Put the bottom of your left foot on the inside of your right foot. And this is a nice tree pose. If you need a little bit more challenge, go ahead and lift your hands up, and you can bend and sway in the breeze like most of the trees have been doing the past few days. One more breath, and then when you're ready, go ahead and bring your hands down, put your foot down on the floor, and go ahead and shake your legs out. Phew, that was some balance, wasn't it? Excellent. Now, I want you to take a nice wide stance. Go ahead and open up your feet. Keep your hands over here at your prayer pose, over here by your heart. And when you're ready, I want you to take a nice deep breath in, bring your hands up overhead, and then as you breathe out, bend your knees as you bring your hands back to your chest or your heart center. You're going to stand up, breathe in, up overhead, straighten up your legs, breathe out, come back down, bend your knees, bring your hands back to your heart center. One more time. Breathe in, stretch all the way up. See if you can reach for the ceiling. And then exhale, bring your hands back to heart center, bend your knees. Go ahead and put your hat with your jacket, hands on your knees, and slowly bend your spine as you come up to stand in a nice wide stance. From here, we're going to take our scarf and we're going to pull it off. Now, if you have a super long scarf like this, you might need to bend it or fold it in half, and that's perfectly fine. If you have a short scarf, this might be all you need. So, in our nice wide stance, I might need a little bit more length here. Here we go. Find a length that's comfortable for you, where you can spread your arms out level with the ground. Okay, you might need to wrap it around your hands a couple times, and that's okay. So from here, take a nice deep breath in, both toes kind of pointing not just straight forward, but maybe out a little bit just for more support. So nice deep breath in, and as you exhale, shift your weight or shift your hips over to the right. And as you do that, your left hand's going to want to come down to your foot. Let's let it. Now, if this is all you got, if you can only go down to your knee, that's fine. If you have a little bit more in you, go ahead and bring it down to your foot. Keep your right arm straight up towards the sky. And if you can, look towards it. That kind of intensifies it. If you can't, that's okay. You can continue looking at the floor. Hold on to your scarf. One more breath. And then when you're ready, inhale and slowly kind of cartwheel up. Exhale, put your hands down. Whew, that was amazing. You ready to do that again on the other side? Excellent. So inhale, bring your hands up and level with the ground. Shift your hips to the left. Exhale, bend over, bringing your right hand down to your right foot if you're able to. This is a nice little triangle pose. A couple more breaths here as we really reach up to the ceiling with our left hand, and we can look up towards it and watch our fingers little wiggle. If you have some wiggles, and you go ahead and wiggle your fingers. And then with your next inhale, go ahead and cartwheel back up, level with the ground. Exhale, bring your hands down to the side. So let's go ahead and bring our scarves behind us. With our hands at our side, we're going to inhale, bring our arms back, away from the front there, and up overhead. Exhale, bring them forward and down. Want to try that again? Inhale, bring your arms back and up, all the way up overhead. Exhale, bring them forward and down. Let's do that the opposite way now. Inhale, bring your hands forward and up overhead. Exhale, bring them back and down to your side. One more time. Inhale, bring your hands forward and up to your overhead, like you're reaching for the ceiling. Exhale, bring your arms backward and down to your side. That's wonderful. Keep on breathing, you're doing great. All right, so now we are going to, with our scarves in our hands, turn and face the left side just by pivoting your left foot so that your toes are pointing out that way. Your back foot, your right foot, your toes have to kind of point out to an angle here. So this is going to give us a nice wide stance with our hips are still facing the front. See, it's a little bit more complicated. Now, what I want you to do is bring your arms out to the side, level with the ground, bend that front knee, and look over your front hand, your left hand, and you're in Warrior Two. Isn't that amazing? All right, a couple more breaths, and then we're going to bring our right hand, our back hand, up to our left hand by twisting our hips forward and bringing them together with a kind of muted clap since our scarves are in our hands, okay? So, breathe in, bring your hands up overhead. This is Warrior One. Breathe out, bring your hands down and level with the ground. Breathe in, twist open, Warrior Two. And hold this for a couple of breaths. I'm going to do that one more time. Breathe in. Nice and wide open. Breathe out, twist your hips and clap as you bring your hands together. Breathe in, up overhead. Breathe out, bring your hands down. Breathe in, open up, twist your hips. And breathe out, bring your hands back down. Go ahead and bring both feet facing the front in a nice wide stance. Let's go ahead and neutralize our spine from that before we go to the other side. To do that, what we're going to do is just going to reach forward from our hips, not our back, and see if we can touch the ground. Now, if you're at school and you have a little wiggle and you go ahead and wiggle back and forth, stretching each leg in turn. Very good. Go ahead and straighten up your legs. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, bend your knees. And as you slowly breathe in, roll your back up until your arms are up overhead. Exhale, bring them down to your side again. Let's work on the right side. So let's go ahead and turn our foot to face the right. Our back foot kind of forward now. Bring our hands out and level with the ground. Again, our hips are facing forward. Bend your right foot and look over your right hand. Again, this is Warrior Two. A couple of breaths here. It's a nice strong pose. Do you feel nice and strong? Wonderful. Now, when you're ready, you're going to have a nice exhale. You're going to twist your hips and bring that back hand up to meet your front hand, your right hand. Inhale, bring your hands up overhead in Warrior One. Exhale, bring your hands down and level with the ground. Inhale, nice and wide open stance. Turn your hips so that they're facing forward. And exhale, and just hold this as a nice strong pose. Look over your right hand. One more time. Deep inhale, nice. Open up the chest there. Exhale, bring your hips facing your right hand and clap your left hand to your right. Inhale, bring your hands up overhead in a Warrior One. Exhale, bring your hands back down. Inhale, open up wide, twisting your hips, looking forward to your right hand. Exhale, go ahead and bring your hands down to the ground, straighten out your right leg, and turn your feet facing forward. Whew, I think I'm warm. I don't think I need this scarf anymore. So let's inhale, fill our chest, and exhale and bring our hands to the ground, bending from the hips. Let's go ahead and put our scarves down in our little pile here. Place our hands on the ground. Inhale, and then exhale and bend your knees in a nice frog pose. This is fun. Now, if you still have some wiggles, then you go ahead and jump around as a nice little frog would. And when you're ready, go ahead and come down to the ground in a seated posture. Now, to finish off today, we're going to bring our feet out in front of us in a nice wide pose. Again, you probably have shoes on or socks. Just be mindful of any dirt or grass that's fallen off your shoes. Go ahead and keep your feet in a nice wide pose. Breathe in, stretch your spine up tall. Turn and face your left foot. Breathe out and reach over towards your left foot. Now, if you can't quite reach your left foot, that's fine. Just reach as far as you can and hold it in a nice, long, static stretch. We're not going to be bouncing because bouncing can hurt you. One more breath, and then when you're ready, inhale, stretch your back up tall. Exhale, twist to the front. Inhale, again, stretch up as tall as you can like you're going to try to reach the ceiling. Turn and face your right foot. Exhale, reach towards that right foot. Again, if all you can reach is your thigh or your knee, that's perfectly fine. If you can reach your feet or farther, go ahead and do it if you can. Just don't hurt yourself. This is about accepting where your body is and not trying to break it, okay? One more breath. And then on your next inhale, you're going to reach up tall like you're trying to reach to the ceiling. Exhale, turn and twist to the front. Inhale, bring your hands up like you're trying to reach the ceiling. Again, wiggle your fingers if you can. And then exhale, bring your hands down to your pile in front of you. This is a wonderful pile of comfy coziness. And you're going to feel a nice stretch on your hamstrings and on your inner thighs. If you can bring your head down to the floor, then that's amazing. If you can't, just bring it however close you can. One more breath. Inhale, try to sit up as tall as you can. And then exhale and settle down. Okay, wonderful. So let's bring our feet together so that the soles of our feet are touching. And if you can reach them, go ahead and grab onto your ankles or your feet and just hold them in place. We're not going to flap our legs. Again, we don't want to bounce and hurt ourselves. So just sit up as tall as you can while holding onto your ankles. And this is where we're going to start our breathing exercise to kind of calm down and cool down. That was a lot of movement and a lot of heat that we just built up. So now we have to dissipate it. A nice way that you can dissipate some heat from your body is called the Sitali breath. To do that, you're going to roll your tongue in a nice little cylinder. You're going to breathe in through the tongue and breathe out through the tongue. And breathe in through the tongue and out through the nose. There we go. Breathe in through the tongue and out through the nose. And as you breathe out, it's okay to let your head kind of fall. And as you breathe in, raise your head. It's almost like you're filling up your tank. Breathe out and it's empty again. Just do a couple more of those breaths. Okay, roll your tongue. Breathe in through the tongue. Sit upright and breathe out through the nose. How you doing? Awesome. Now, if you have a more comfortable seated posture, like maybe the easy pose, or if you want to go for a lotus pose, or you just want to kind of get comfy in your chair, that's perfectly okay. Because now we're going to move into our mindfulness meditation. Okay, so while you're sitting there, just make sure that you're comfortable. And I really like that cobbler's pose, that butterfly pose, that bound angle pose. So you can rest your arms in your lap. You can put your hands on your knees. You can even just let them sit on the side if that's more comfortable. And what I want you to do is I want you to take a couple deep breaths at your own pace, yogi's choice, even young ones. Nice deep breath. And I want you, when you're comfortable, to close your eyes. And when you've done that, I want you to focus your mind on your breath. As you're breathing in and out, probably taking nice, slow, deep breaths, take observation. Like observe what's happening in your body. Can you feel as your chest is filling up, as the air is going down to your belly? Can you feel as your shoulders lift it with the inhale and fall with the exhale? Can you feel how your midsection, your belly, moves in and out? Now, if you're having a hard time observing this, you can connect with this in a physical way. You can bring your right hand up over your chest. Your left hand you can bring to your belly. And not only does this help you feel what's going on in your midsection, it also brings a sense of warmth and comfort to your body. So let's take another couple more breaths. Just inhale and exhale at your pace Whatever pace is good to help calm you down and cool you down. And then I want you to notice, make a mental note. Chest is moving up, chest is moving down. Shoulders are rising, shoulders are falling. My breath is getting faster, my breath is getting slower. Whatever you observe is perfectly all right. There are no wrong answers here. This is not a test. So continue to feel how your breath makes your body feel. Can you feel the muscles tensing, or are they starting to relax? Can you feel your back straining, or is it nice and relaxed? How does your body feel as you continue with your breath? Just make the observation. You can label it. You can feel it with your hands. And when you're ready, I would like for you to bring your hands to a prayer pose at your heart center. Bow your head. And inside, you don't have to say this outside, I want you to give thanks for making it this far in the year. Give thanks for the cooler weather. Give thanks for your family who loves you and cares for you, for the teachers who teach you and guide you, and for every opportunity for growth. Now, growth isn't always pleasant. Sometimes it's downright uncomfortable. But without that discomfort, we would never grow. We would never change, and we would never see progress. So thank you for the discomfort. Whoever you want to thank for this. Nice, slow breaths. And when you're ready, go ahead and lift your head, open your eyes, become aware of your surroundings again. You can drop your hands into your lap again. If you still have some wiggles, go ahead and wiggle them out. Move your head and shoulders around in your torso. And as we move through the rest of the day, I would like you to continue trying to find that comfort, find that warmth from your hands. There's a lot of things that might make you uncomfortable. Tests, different activities going around, things you can and cannot do, things you want to do but aren't allowed to. It's okay to be stressed. It's okay to be frustrated. It's okay to feel everything that's going on there. And when you need that comfort, you always have it with your breath and your hands. Just focus on your breath, and you can make the world slow down until you're ready to deal with it. And that is a very comforting thought. So as always, I would like to remind you to be kind to yourself and others. I would like to thank the Charles Henderson Child Health Center for sponsoring this. They are a children's physician and dentist office that cares for children from birth to age 19. They help fund this through a grant from the Children's Trust Fund, which is an organization that helps to prevent domestic violence and child neglect and abuse. Thank you very much for your support. Thank you for watching and participating with me. And as I always like to do to end our session, thank you. I see you. Namaste.